What's going on, everybody? It is Craig from booth 525 with Restorerz here at the 2024 Flow Expo. And right now, I am being joined by Mike Jr., the family plumber again. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Back again.
And there's another illustrious young man to my left. You know him, you love him. Roger Wakefield.
What's going on?
What is going on, my friend?
Yeah, it's just another wonderful day in sunny Southern California.
Yeah, it makes you want to move out here, right? From Texas?
Oh, no.
Come on.
I'll come to visit, brother. That's about it.
So, 2024 Flow Expo this is really why you're here to sit and chat with some of your fellow tradesmen, your colleagues.
I came in to speak, so I just literally got off the stage. But it's really neat this year because I came in, set up a booth down there, did some interviews.
Yeah.
Literally just catching people walking by. And it's like, so let's sit down and talk for a second. So it's really neat because you get to find out why people got into plumbing, why they picked plumbing, why they picked the trades, why didn't they go to college. You look at different things like that, and you start finding out, look, we're all just looking for a way to have a good life.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. So, man, it was really good today. It was fun to do.
I'm sure it was interesting. I'm sure you can remember when you started up.
Oh, yeah.
As back in the old days. Back in those days when you would walk a floor like this and you would see people who were sitting in booths like you are and be like, there's somebody I can learn from.
You know, the funny thing is, I never went to stuff like this. As a plumber, especially in Texas, I mean, you look, everything's on the West Coast, everything's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You've got conferences in the central United States that are up north. There's nothing down in Texas. So it was just something I never really did until a few years ago, starting to do social media. And people were like, hey, are you going to this show? Are you going to this show? It's like, I need to start going to these shows.
Yeah.
And I walked out, I'm like, oh my God, I love this.
Yeah. No, these are it's like the old saying, the hands that built America. When you really think about it, it's really the people who are there. And I've chatted about it all day. It's just AI is scary, but this is one of the few industries where you need a human person to do that job. You can use AI to help you with it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a very interesting world, and seeing the younger generation really come up here and really kind of like Mike's not younger. Sorry.
34.
Yeah. But I interviewed a kid today who's 23, taking over his dad's business.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you're seeing a lot of these kids who are seeing the world as it is right now, and they're going, look, I'd like to go to college, maybe for business, but I know this is a career path that I can really go down and make an impact and really have a purpose.
Mm-hmm. I know actually a question for you, Roger. I know as a plumbing business owner now, you sold yours.
You bet.
What was it like buying a boat? You get to the tail end of it, you're like, I can't wait to sell it, or was the ride? Was it worth the ride?
It was definitely worth the ride. The neat part about it is, I didn't sell my plumbing company because I didn't want it or got tired of it or anything like that. I started growing so big on social media, I needed to spend more time doing social media.
Yeah.
And literally, I had to stop and look at things, and it's like, okay, do I slow down on social media and keep running the plumbing company?
Yeah. Or
do I get rid of the plumbing company and go all in on social media?
Yeah. It's kind of like the story of like an employee saying, oh, I'm working this side hustle, and then it eventually grows and grows and grows. And yeah, you have to determine where you're going to spend most of your time. That makes sense.
Yeah. And honestly, the way I see it, for you, is like a great example is when I told my father-in-law that I was actually going to be sitting down with you. He's like, because he's seen some of your videos, he's like, that is so awesome. People realize they can still learn things from old white-haired men.
It's a trip.
And I think I was one of your podcasts recently, you were mentioning about how learning from somebody who's the person you don't want to talk to is what you can learn the most from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the ones you don't want to work with. And the people that I interview that have literally done really, really well are the ones that when they walked onto a job site, the superintendent walked them on, was showing them around and said, oh, by the way, that's grumpy old man. Nobody wants to work with him. And the ones that I've interviewed that have just really gone on to do exceptional in the trades are normally the ones that said, no, that's the one I want to work with.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, nobody wants to work with him. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It's the work ethic that comes along with that too. It's the people who really that drive to learn to be better, the drive to learn to want to provide that customer service and that response that the customer is looking for at home or business wise.
No.
Just what have you been like 40 plus years as a plumber, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the biggest difference besides technology between now and then?
It's funny, I asked a plumber this earlier. I guess the neatest way to put it is if you would have told me even 20 years ago that you'll have a computer with you every day to do your job right, I just said, dude, you're nuts. I'm not a computer guy. I don't want to be a computer guy. Sure don't want to carry one with me every single day. So that's a big deal. The smart homes, the technology that we have these days. And remember, guys, this is the beginning of it.
Yeah.
It's going to get, one day I'm going to fly around like George Jetson.
Or like
you're not
hoverboard.
now?
I'm just waiting for a hoverboard.
I know.
I used to be a skateboarder, but now, yeah.
There you go.
No, and that's a good point, actually. So my father, Mike Sr., he was big into, when we were trying to make the shift over to Service Titan, which was, God help me, the world was going to end if we did.
Yeah.
It was carbon copy, the carbon copy invoices, and you don't want to write anything, you don't want to take, press anything against it. I'm like, what are we doing right now? I mean, we had files upon files of customer invoices that were, one fire,
Wipe your business
and
out.
you're done. You're gone.
We don't have a customer list anymore.
Yeah, we don't have a customer list. It's all up in the cloud, So I think technology, I agree with Roger on that. Technology has just changed the game, for most plumbing business owners. And and also it protects your customers too. You have to look at here in California, there's privacy laws that require you to keep customer information, not in the public eye.
Almost like a HIPAA type thing.
Yeah, like a HIPAA type thing.
Yeah.
So, gone are the days where guys are leaving invoices up on the dash of their trucks, like they used to, and now it's all stored, So it's pretty neat to see some. And then going back to AI technology, you're able to train your guys. It will never replace the plumber. I agree with that. Never replace the plumber, but at least helps get them, the resources that they need to soft sell or, present options, which not, if you're a trained technician, you've been doing this for many years, option-based, presenting skills, have been slowly, inept, but AI is kind of helping to produce a better, technician overall. So,
Yeah.
I agree.
So when you come to these, not just this show, for instance, but when you go to a lot of these events, what's something that drives you? Because I know all these events are going to be different for you, but they're still the same. What is something that drives you? Is it just like I ran into somebody today? It's just like finally getting to meet a person they've seen, learning. They've learned so much from you.
Everybody
yet they
wants to
haven't
see
met you.
Roger. Okay,
You know what I mean? It's crazy. And you can ask Mike. Last year, I walked in the middle door and was probably trying to come down around this area. So it's 100 feet down, 150 feet.
Yeah.
And me and my son had stood outside. And you could see people looking and pointing and all that. But we walked into the door and we waited. We let everybody in first. And then when we walked in, it's like they walked in the door and just turned around and thought, okay, here he comes. And it took an hour and a half to walk from there to here.
Just from pictures and
People wanted to come take pictures, shake hands, tell me their story.
Yeah.
Why they watched me, what they learned from me, what video it was that they saw of mine that changed their life, that got them into plumbing, that did this or did that or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things and it was really neat because when we left at the end of the day, I had my son with me and I said, so what was your biggest takeaway today? And he said, Dad, every person that came up to you had a different story. a different video, a different reason, and just different ways that you've affected their lives. And he said that was just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to witness it like firsthand because I was
Such a trip.
yeah, it did take us like an hour and a half to get from one end to the next.
Having your fingerprints on so many pieces, so much of the DNA of the trade in general, where to me, it's a huge influence. You know, when I heard you were going to be here, I was like, okay, he'd be an awesome guy to sit down and be able to. I'm still learning this personally because I come from the entertainment side, and I was brought over to start doing content and social media for our company, and I've been learning more and more about restoration, more and more about the trades that I never even knew about. And so I see it as a total, as a brotherhood in a sense where, you know, it is everybody's, yeah, you're all competitive, but you're looking out for each other too.
You bet.
You know, and you want to see your enemy do well, maybe with a little spoon in the side.
Let's say not do well, but do okay.
Yeah, do okay. Yeah, but
Within reason.
But that's one thing I will notice about a lot of the trades in general is you really want to see it continue to grow and develop still.
Yeah. My opinion is it always comes full circle. Like if I'm willing to help in any situation, it does come back. I mean, I think Roger agrees with that. There's been numerous times. I've said this a million times about Roger. Roger's actually stepped up and is a great friend, has helped the PHEC, you know, both locally here in Orange County. He's done videos for our graduating students, which has been amazing. They get to see, you know, the face of plumbing and congratulate them on a 4-year journey to graduation. He's done videos like that. Nobody compensates him for that. He does it because it does come full circle. I mean, in the plumbing industry, I've done things and I just see it come back tenfold, you know. So.
Yeah, and you said something about having your thumbprint on it. The fact that I'm in a position where I can teach people about not just being a plumber, become a great plumber.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, don't just become a good technician, become a great technician. And, you know, I tell people about the book, The Dip, Seth Godin, and he starts off, if you're not trying to be the very best, why not? The best make the most money. The best get the best job opportunities. The best get this, the best get that, the best get that. Why wouldn't you try to be the best?
And to piggyback on that, one thing that you're bringing up that I 100% agree with, person. Being the best person too.
Oh, for sure.
Because that to me is important. It's
I know everybody.
but being the best person is a big deal to me because that's going to continue like what you're doing. I'm guessing you would do it for free. As we were talking earlier, you would do it for free because the fact that you really do enjoy seeing the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say I do it for free. Don't get me wrong.
No. He doesn't. Nor should you.
I'll give you a 20.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I do. I love what I do. The opportunities I get, the things I get to do. And I had it taught to me whenever I was going to school to get my HVAC certification. There was an instructor there. They called him the professor. And he was actually a professor at TCU. I think his name was actually Professor Bill. And my instructor was out one day. And Bill came in to teach. And he walked in, he said, so what are y'all supposed to learn about today? It's like the boiling temperatures of refrigerants. He said, okay, so you know what? Tony can teach all that next week. He said, what I want to talk about today is there are people in this world that can afford to pay you what you do so that you can afford to take care of the people in this world that can't afford to pay you what you do. And I mean, I'm in a room with mainly 18 to 25-year-olds, and I'm like, guys, everybody, stop. Stop what you're doing, quit writing, put your phones down, look at Professor Bill, why he says that again.
Coming from experience.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's, there's something to be said. And I do see, look at a lot of the younger generation really gravitating towards and respecting the people before them because they know they have a lot to learn from them.
Yeah.
So
I have a saying. I mean, it's all over my Instagram: new school mentality with old school values. And I live that day to day because, I mean, my father would never allow me to do anything that wasn't to code or, anything that was half-assed. So I feel like that old school mentality or that old school values system needs to stay with the younger generation. But they bring so much more to the table. I feel like anybody, millennials, whatever you want to call them, bring an added level of new school mentality that needs to be kind of open and appreciated by, even the older generation, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's try to meet in between, I guess,
So let's break off here. What's your whiskey?
If I'm at home, Garrison Brothers.
Okay.
I love a good Texas bourbon or Texas whiskey. I've been to their brewery. It's all built with rainwater.
Okay.
I mean, their entire facility runs on rainwater. I've got to go out there for a Cowboy Bourbon release party.
Okay.
And it's really funny because, you put it in your Garmin where you're going to be there 30 minutes early. Then you drive really fast. then at 15, 20 minutes till, you realize you're sitting in a line of cars on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and Garmin is still telling you you're 3/4 of a mile away. And it's like, what is going on?
Oh, man.
Wow.
And then they open the doors at 8 or open the gates, and you pull into the farm and you park and all that. And it's really such a freaking cool place. And you pull in, and there's servers there with cookie sheets with little thimbles on it. Would you like a shot of bourbon?
In your car.
Well,
Would I ever say no?
You're pulling into a ranch, It's
That's
not
true.
It's not drinking and driving.
You're not on the freeway.
Drinking and rolling or something. And it's like, yeah, sure. And you drink it. It's like, oh my God, that's so good.
Smooth.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Now I've been turned on to Japanese whiskey lately.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm usually a Kentucky guy. Usually I love me some Makers. If I'm just going to go to Costco and just get a big old jar of it.
Basil Hayden for me and Buffalo Trace. Those are the two.
I love Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, that's what I was drinking last night.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I was drinking last night.
No. Yeah, that's
It was water. Water.
It was
it might as well be.
It was tinted
Yeah.
water.
It was
Yeah.
rainwater.
Yeah.
You're doing your service.
Absolutely. Rainwater, grainwater.
I'm going to start using that.
I
Roger.
like that. I need to write that down.
Tell my wife that we're all good.
There you go.
There you go.
And I saw you went to you had some salt lick at Austin at the airport.
Of course I did.
I love that place.
Matter of fact, are y'all here in California?
Yeah,
I know you are.
Yeah.
I've got a bottle of Salt Lick spicy barbecue
I
sauce.
grabbed one at the airport last time.
I can't carry it back. I brought it to carry to my YouTube coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's over 3 ounces, right?
Oh yeah, it's a
So you can pack it, but you can't carry it on.
yeah, but I don't check bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Have you been to the original location? They have a pit.
Oh.
That's their thing, right? The
Oh,
pit,
I've been to the pit.
the pit's
Oh, yeah.
never shut off. Is that
Yeah.
the whole?
Yeah, coals are always going.
Always
and
going.
all you can eat for $20.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if they're still doing that.
Oh, I know I did last time I was there, but that was pre-COVID.
I was fixing to say,
that
I
was-
don't know that they're still doing that.
Yeah, I miss that.
If
Texas
they were
barbecue.
doing that, I'd never leave Austin. I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah, right.
But you're based in Dallas now, right? Yeah, there was I don't know if you placed up there because I used to go to Dallas a lot for work, and I'd be by the World Trade Center, by where all the businesses, the furniture complex.
You bet.
Yeah, but there was some place you went to, pretty good.
Sonny Brian's. That's probably what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what part of town you're in.
Yeah. But
Is that the one that had the old school desk chairs that you sat in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest barbecue restaurants in Dallas.
And I feel like a dwarf when I'm sitting down there because
okay.
you're just
Don't matter.
But no, it's a different quality of food when you're out there, and it's just down home and dirty. And I love it.
We got to make an excuse to go out to Dallas. I mean, what are some of the? Are there trade shows going on? Like what?
No.
That you know of in the next month or two or next week, so I can get out there for this barbecue.
I'm going to end up hosting. I'm going to end up doing an event similar to this in Dallas, and it's just. But I want to do it for all the trades.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried so much about the vendors. Don't get me wrong, they'll be part of it. But I want training and education and just, I want it to be knowledge. I want people to be able to show up and learn things to make them better.
Yeah.
So when I get that going, there will definitely be one or multiple barbecue vendors or,
Just showing
or
up.
suppliers or whatever we want to call it. Yeah.
Thank you. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Rudy's is okay. I don't mind me Rudy's.
No,
but,
I
yeah.
like Rudy's.
I don't want to go off site. It has to be at the event.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I get it.
All right.
I get it.
That
I
sounds
mean,
good.
are they going to make it on site for you?
Possibly.
Well,
Yeah.
Hard 8 will cater. I think Pecan Lodge will cater.
Con Lodge too. I've been there.
Oh yeah, that one's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So see, and you know, in Texas, we have a barbecue app.
Of course you do.
Of
Yeah.
course we do.
I think we have a taco app here in LA. I could be wrong though.
I don't know about that.
You know, and I'm trying to. Oh gosh, wrong one. Okay, quit. Go away.
Well, I do actually. Now that comes to mind. So there's Rocket X event.
Oh, yeah, that's
Victor
gonna be-
Rancourt.
yeah, that's
That'll
in
be in
Dallas soon.
Dallas. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be in May 1st through the 3rd.
I guess there's a good reason to.
What is Rocket X?
Rocket X is it's hosted by a friend of mine, Victor Rancourt. But he started, it's a business coaching platform, but he does this conference every single year, brings Tommy Mello, who you know, and a few other speakers and that sort of thing. But they're going to be in Dallas actually May 1st through the 3rd. So I will be in Dallas.
Any reason to go get some damn good
I
barbecue?
will be there. I will be
Okay,
there.
so just because I want to show you, it's the Texas Monthly Barbecue List. Now this is updated
Okay.
every year. So literally, this is the list of the top 50 barbecue restaurants in Texas.
And it's revolving, right?
Oh yeah, no, it changes every year, but I mean,
And Franklin is what?
well,
7? Okay.
Franklin's at number
Yeah.
7. Cadillac in Dallas is 6. I mean, Truth in Houston, that is a great one. So you know, the neat thing is, and you can also go into the app when you're in Texas,
Yeah.
Find me.
and say
Yeah.
explore, and it'll tell you like the closest one to me right here in Texas is Hallelujah Barbecue, which is 673.7 miles away.
That's all.
Well, when you're in Texas and you're at an event, you're like, man, I want barbecue. You go here and hit explore, and it'll tell you what the closest barbecue restaurant is.
I need to download that one. Because I have
So
a
good.
bunch of friends in Austin. Used to go to Dallas a lot for work. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to take advantage of that one.
When I head out there for May, I'm gonna.
It's a good app to have.
I'm gonna
Yes.
have that for sure. Definitely.
Well, Roger, quick impromptu visit, man. I just wanted to say, hey, is there anything else you'd like to wrap up with?
No, yeah, I love it. Look, shows like this, what tradespeople need to understand is not to just come and drink and have fun. It's to come and meet sponsors, look at the new tools, and I say sponsors, vendors. Look at the new tools, look at the new products. EPL is here.
Yep.
This has got to be one of the greatest freaking cameras I've ever seen.
I heard the cameras earlier
Yeah.
today.
And-
Camtronics. I have 4 of those in my thing, as well as
it
the
blows
speed
my
cut, or speed blade.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
blows my mind what all he's got and what all he's done. And I met him last year,
Yep.
and I'm like, that's who I was trying to catch while I go. One of his daughters.
Cody.
Yeah, and it's like their company, the way it's ran, the product that they have, the way they build, the way they build it themselves.
Built to last.
It is. Yeah, he was telling me about a monitor they have that they threw off the building, or threw off a building for like 5 years, and it's
Still
still
usable.
worked. Still
Yeah.
worked. Still
I
worked.
still have my original G Vision that I bought 12 years ago. John made it, and it was one of his original OG ones. And that thing's been beat to hell and back. And
Yeah.
I still have that in my office. So
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a testament to the quality,
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, especially with everything that people in the trades are doing to this equipment. Not doing
Yeah.
it on purpose. You're doing it because it happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it does happen.
Yeah. No more Harbor Freight for me.
yeah,
You still got to do the Harbor Freight tools every now and then,
Yeah.
just to show people getting in the trades what the possibility is.
Yeah, that's true.
it's very true. Yeah, but no, and to your point, the trade show here in SoCal is great, but across the United States, been to multiple different trade shows. We just met at AHR. You've gone to more than I have. But you always it's the little nuggets, right? So you're always learning something. I've never gone to a trade show and not learned anything. So this is just one of those. It's in my backyard, which is great, so I can just show up and be here. But But even if you're investing in the travel to go to another show like AHR or
Yeah.
Connect or one of these other shows outside of your own state, I mean, it's worth it. You'll find something. There's always those nuggets.
And the fellow trade people who you can learn
Yeah.
from.
You
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because I mean, even at shows like this, I came to speak at this, but I'm also out meeting vendors, meeting people. And when I go to social media conferences and speak at them, I show up, sit on the front row, take notes,
Yeah.
and
You're
people
learning.
And people are like, "Dude, you could teach this session." I know, but I'm not.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a matter of respect. You
Yeah.
know, you're respecting the other people who, the way I see it, you can learn from anybody.
You bet.
Yeah.
If you're willing to.
Yes,
You're willing
yes.
to.
If you're
You gotta be
willing to,
open.
Yeah.
Sometimes just to sit and listen, like I'll have Roger, we'll be in conversation, not just Roger, but anybody else, another business owner. I just like to sit and listen, you know, because the more, you can learn a lot by just focusing. and
You bet.
listening. Yeah, agree.
Mike, Roger,
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us today. Again, that is Roger Wakefield. You know where to find him on social media. He's everywhere. Mike Prinkavich Jr., the family plumber. You know where to find him too.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll be back a little bit later. Who knows who the hell's going to show up? I will see you in a bit.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.